Alright, what is going on, guys? It is Risk here, and yeah, today I'm going to be making a video on some Need for Speed 2015, and I'm going to be talking about things that I hope are going to be put in, this year's Need for Speed game, because if you guys didn't know, it's going to be coming out in just like a couple months, and yeah, from what they've said, it's going to be more like Need for Speed 2015. Did not mean to do that. But apparently it's going to be a lot more like Need for Speed 2015. So, yeah. I'm also technically in a race with this guy, but I just started driving away because I already lost. So, I don't know if I have to actually go to the finish or not. But I'm just going to go there anyway. Yeah, anyway, first thing that I hope they do put in the game is better controls for wheels, because there's no way to use a shifter. I'm pretty sure Payback has support for that, but I know for a fact you can't use a clutch on Payback, so hopefully they add that. And also, force feedback and stuff is pretty weird. For drifting, there really isn't any. So normally, like in Forza, you actually have to like spin the wheel around a lot to drift. In this game, you literally just tilt it like you're normally driving. I can't drift because I'm not in a drift car, but you really don't have to do anything special. And also, let me just show you guys what happens right here. So I'm just gonna drive straight. Well, let me find, okay. I'm gonna start driving straight. I'll turn my wheel to the right and then let go. And watch what happens. Well, my wheel's falling off my desk, that's cool. But let me go here and show you. I'm not touching anything. Like, the physics for the wheels are so broken that it just constantly goes back and forth. And it doesn't, like, go slower. If anything, it goes faster. And it just constantly goes back and forth. So they definitely need to fix that. I don't know if it does that in Payback. I don't have the game right now, so I don't really have any way of testing it. But, yeah. Another thing that I really hope they have is free roam police, because if you guys have never played Payback, there are none. In this game, there are, but it's not that good, because, they chase after you for a good 30 seconds, and then they just disappear. Like, I don't know why, but it's really easy. So it would be great if it was like it is in Payback, because in Payback, sure, there are almost none, but wait, did I actually get this yet or no? I don't even, oh, I didn't get the free part, okay. But in Payback, there are only a couple places where you can actually get into a police chase, and those are abandoned cars, bait crates, or through the story. I think there's like 3 or 4 missions where you actually have to run from them. But in those, the police are actually pretty aggressive, unlike in this game where you just, you drive over 100 miles an hour and they just lose you. In that game, no matter what, they're gonna be right there. And they might rubber band a little bit, but it makes it a lot more exciting than in this game, because in this game you really don't even have to try to get away from them, you just drive down the street. Also, another thing that I really hope that they do add is better performance customization, because if you guys have played Payback, I know I'm starting off like all of these, but Payback is a pretty big downgrade from Need for Speed 2015 in most ways. If you guys have never played it, pretty much you have these, I think it's 6 cards, and it's for turbo, head, block, I think like fuel system. I don't know exactly what they are, but there's a couple different cards, and you just, get these little tokens and use them to like spin a wheel, and then you get upgrades in forms of cards that you put on it. And I don't really like that way of upgrading. I really like how this game does it, where it's actually somewhat realistic. Let me actually get, I think these are both, no, only one's here, but I like how this game does it, because in this game you actually have different parts that you can put on it. Like, it's, oh, I can't even do a donut because I'm not in a drift car. Okay. The way it works in this game, you can actually change between a turbo or a supercharger. You can change, I think, the suspension, brakes, clutch, all of that, and there's like 5 or 6 different ones for each category, so there's a lot of customization you can do with that. Let me do the speed run here, because why not? But then in Payback, there's just you know, the levels and then those cards. There really isn't anything for customization, which makes it pretty boring. Because, you know, in this game you actually have to spend a ton of time upgrading your car and doing all of that. In that game, you just hope you're lucky with the cards, and that's it. Wow, okay, I hit a wall in no time set. Another thing, I know for a fact is not gonna happen, but if Toyota was in the game, that would be pretty cool. Because if you guys didn't know, Toyota doesn't want any of their cars in any video games, which is a little bit sad because, you know, as you can see, I have the Supra right here, and it's a pretty nice looking car, and I really wish you could use the Supra like in Forza, for example, but you can't because they didn't want their car in the game, and I'm guessing it's gonna be like that unless they just change something and now start allowing it, which I doubt it, but that would be pretty cool, you know? At least we still have, you know, BMW, especially for Need for Speed, because, you know, Need for Speed's, you know, big, yeah, okay, but literally the most memorable car from any Need for Speed game is a BMW, and that's the M3 GTR. So at least we still have them, okay? If they didn't want their cars in games, then, yeah. Another thing that I really hope they do is, you know, stay away from always online, because the way this game works, if your internet connection isn't that good, or you disconnect, or you don't have access to internet, you can't play the game, because, you know, okay, that's cool, I guess. But in this game, you know, if your Wi-Fi goes out, even for half a second, you get disconnected. And, you know, it's a little bit annoying because, you know, like I said, some people just might not have internet, but they still want to play the game, and you can't do that. So I'm not saying they should not have online, because Payback didn't have online for a while, and a lot of people were mad about that. Just hopefully, at launch, there will be online and offline. And online is an online free roam, not like the speed lists or whatever it is, because that's what Payback had, and it's really not that good. Well, I've never even played them, but it's not true online, like what's in this game, for example. Oh, look, okay, this is actually perfect for what I was talking about. You see this guy? Did not even mean to do that. But you see how this guy here's got an M3 GTR? I hope they actually make the real M3 GTR a car in the next game, because sure, you can recreate it by just using the E46 M3, which is what people have been doing, but the problem with that is that it doesn't have that sound. I don't know why it's so hard for them to recreate the sound from their own game, but I don't know, because in Payback, even in Payback, they had one of the abandoned cars be an M3 GTR, but it was just an E46 with a livery on it, and the wide body kit. But it didn't have the sound, it wasn't that fast, it didn't, you know, it was just a stock M3, just with the body kit and, you know, design on it. So I hope they could make one of the cars the actual M3 and give it, you know, the sound and everything like that, or at least make it so if they do have the more realistic customization, you can change the gears and get the straight cut gears on it, which is what gives it like that really high-pitched noise that sounds really cool, and that's why it's really memorable for a lot of people, because it is probably one of the best sounding cars in the 2005 Most Wanted, and in Carbon too. Another thing that I hope is that, you know, the next game actually has a decent story, because if you guys have played these last two, you know, the story isn't that great. Payback was better than this game, okay? This game's story, it's pretty bad, because, you know, you got, that one guy, I think his name is Spike, who just every single time he talks, he says, like, literally the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my entire life, or some of the dumbest things I've heard in my entire life, and it just hurts me physically to watch the cutscenes in this game. Same with Payback, but Payback's was okay. I just hope that it'll be better than those two, because even though like the original Most Wanted story was kind of crappy and cringy, it still just had like, I don't know how to explain it, but it was good, you know? It might have been cheesy, but it was like a good cheesy. Need for Speed 2015 was just cheesy to the point where it hurts you physically to watch the cutscenes. And you know, I've been playing way too much Horizon 4, so I keep going on the left side of the road and hitting stuff. I can't really think of anything else. I mean, some stuff will probably come to me the second I end this video, so yeah. But right now, as I'm trying to think of stuff, there really isn't that much more I want to talk about. Pretty much just, you know, for the end of this, pretty much what I'm saying is make the game a little bit less like Burnout and make it more like the older Need for Speeds. I'm not saying super realistic, like, you know, I mean, Forza isn't even that realistic, but I'm not saying stuff like that or like Gran Turismo level, but you know, just please have clutch support. Like, that's such a simple thing. It would probably take them 2 days max to add that into their engine. It probably is already there, they just don't have it enabled, you know what I mean? But, you know, have it so you could use the clutch, you know, a little bit better controls and physics and everything. The customization, like, they could literally copy and paste the customization system from this game, and I'd be perfectly fine with that. Like, they don't even have to add anything new to it. They don't have to change anything. Just please take the customization from Payback and throw it in a fire. Please. It is terrible. But yeah, if there's anything you guys think I miss, let me know down in the comments. If there's anything that I, you know, remembered after recording this video, I'm probably gonna put it down in the description. So don't get too mad at me and go and comment and stuff before you read the description, because most likely there's probably going to be a couple things that I forgot. If not, then yeah. But if you guys enjoyed the video and all, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. My channel, for whatever reason, I've been getting like 0 views. I mean, I haven't uploaded in a while, and the last time I did upload, well, not the last time, but when I was uploading before, they weren't these type of videos, so some people just might not want to see them. But make sure if you are a new subscriber, or if you're subscribed, make sure the bell is, you know, checked or whatever, so you get notifications. Let me know if I should start uploading at some different times, because I tried uploading at like noon, or not noon, but it was like 3 o'clock in one of my other videos, and it got less views at the beginning, but it got more after. So I don't know, just let me know if you guys want to see videos at different times, if you want to see something change or what. And yeah, I guess I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.
But I still find solace when you say that you know how I feel when it's wrong.